What's good, YouTube? For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a beginner's quest to the game. Now, when you guys first play this game, you are greeted with an area where you are going to be getting some practice games in. So when you hop in here, you got many stuff going on, man. But this video is mainly for the new players playing this game, and this is gonna be my first video ever recorded. So I'm not gonna be the most perfect, but this is gonna be the best video for beginners. Now, why am I creating this video? I'm creating this video because number one, I want to be a future content creator for 3on3 FreeStyle. Number two, I see a lot of beginners making the same mistakes. As a beginner myself, I used to make these mistakes also. I'm going to be showing you guys some good tips and what you should be doing as a beginner in order to get good right away in this game. So when you first get into the game, like I said, you will be getting some practice games in. You know, you play against bots a couple of times. It sets your matchmaking. So then you're popped up on this page. So your first thing that you do, you click on L3, the joystick. It shows you your beginner quest. And do your beginner quest. I already did mine, so pretty much that's it. You know. So like I said, guys, try to do your beginner quests, man. You know, your beginner quests are super important. You know, make sure you guys do your events as well. Events are also very important. I don't care. Just do every single one of them. There's some events that are better than others. Like, I mean, like ranked is really good. You want to try to get as high as possible in ranked. You'll save up your P coins. Save them up. P coins are really good in this game. They're usually better when you save them up. But yeah, as I was saying, man, yes, when you first get into the game, do your beginner quests, man. Do events. Because once you guys are a beginner, you know, you'll be able to get into game. So you got your characters. So when you first play this game, I like having a good point guard, I like having a good score, and I like having a good big man. Keep that in mind, guys. When you guys are a beginner, I want you guys to have a point guard, a score, and a big man. That way you can react accordingly. For example, if your team has a score and a big man, you gotta have a point guard on the team. Now, enough about positions, man. I'm gonna show you guys. I'll talk about positions later, but yes, like I said, you do good in the events. You do good with your beginner's quest. So now you just gotta, you go to your characters, pick, like I said, pick a good point guard, pick a good scorer, and pick a good big man. If for anybody who doesn't know, point guard is literally just point guard, you know. Now, there's two different type of point guards. You got combo guards, and then you got the regular point guards. The regular point guards are really good at defense. Like, an example point guard be Pedro. Another example point guard be Kaji and Janisa. And then you got combo guards. These are the point guards that can play like... These are the point guards that play like point guards, but also can score the ball. So, like, for example, you got Ayla, you got Chloe... You got Professor, etc., Cindy. And then you got your same thing with shooting guards. You got catch and shoot shooters, and then you got shot creators. So a shot creator would be like Jason, MC. A catch and shoot would be like Yuna, Ox Queen, Rin. Same thing with small forwards, catch and shoot Amanda and Jesse for your. I like calling them slashers, but I usually I'm gonna call them shot creators for now in this video, but yeah, shot creator Joey, Rebecca, pretty much most of the small forwards here, to be honest. And then for big man, you got stretch big man, and then you got the post scoring big man. So a good stretch would be Lulu, V, any big man that can literally shoot. And then a good post scorer would be like Max, Clark, etc., etc. All these big men are gonna have something in common. They're all gonna be really good at rebounding. And then same thing with these guys. They're all gonna have very good shooting. So the small forwards and shooting guards are gonna have good shooting. Point guards are usually going to have the best speed, so you want to upgrade your speed. That's really it. Yeah, like I said, guys, let's start off with point guard. When you first get this game, I recommend getting a good score. And this is very important, guys. But you want to have a good score, and you want to P5 your score. So let's say I pick Joey, right? So I'm going to upgrade him, get him P5'd. I also want to make sure I focus on having a good point guard and big man as well. But my main priority here is having a good score, because scoring and getting points in this game is super important. If you're not getting points, you lose. Simple as that. You feed your character, or you feed your character drinks. You get them good. You upgrade their skills. I recommend getting them up to a level 4. That way they're not too high, but they're not too low. You'll be able to split those balls up. So into their skills. You can have some freestyles, you know, sometimes you might get freestyles, you know, depending on what they're good at. So like if I'm playing Joey, I'll have some slashing freestyles, and I'll have some shooting freestyle as well. And then, yep, like I said, upgrade their skills, put ability cards on them, you know. And then I would focus on having good big man, so like Lulu, you know. Oh yeah, like I said, go back, Joey. So when you guys play score, I recommend using shooting cards, because these guys have to get the points, so you gotta use shooting cards. So mid-range, 3-point, etc., man. Like, that's usually what you want to go for. For Lulu, or any big man in general, you usually want rebounding. I haven't really built my Lulu yet, so do focus on Joey. And then last but not least, you got your point guard. This is by far the least important position, because you're not usually scoring that much. You're usually just playing defense and giving the ball away, so all you're doing is just playing defense, so you get turnovers. By far, this position would probably have to be the best at defending, but the worst at offense. Big man is more intermediate. They play both offense and defense. And then the scorer is usually an offensive position, but they suck at defense. So yeah, someone like Pedro, you know, upgrade skills, give them drinks. For this position, I don't recommend you use freestyles, because you're not going to be scoring the ball. Put ability cards on. That's literally it, man. For point guard, you want to use speed. Speed is usually going to be your main thing here, so you can get some clamps, so you can get some loose balls. It just makes everything easier on defense. But yeah, like I said, once you guys get a couple good characters, you know, get some couple good games in, you know, the game won't be too difficult, man. You know, try your best in 3v3s, you know. They'll try to place the game, like I said, when you'll play like a couple games, they actually amped it up, so you play with bots until, you know, until they can find you some good matchmaking. So that's literally just how this game works. You know, go to arcade mode, do your training quests, guys. This is super important, man. Always do your training quests. Get as good as possible. And this is something I'm trying to tell you guys right now, because as a beginner, you have the opportunity to either make a really good account and have a really good career, or you can make a really sloppy account and make the bad mistakes. Now, there's one mistake that I see people make, and that is using the same position. The reason why I say don't use the same position is because you need to have diversity, guys. You know, having diversity in what characters you use is super important, man. This is so you're able to react accordingly, man. Not, like I said, you're not always going to be playing as a big man, man. I'm telling you. There's going to be people out there that are going to be stealing your position, man. That's why, like I said, that's why you need to have a backup, man. You gotta have a backup point guard, backup score, backup big man, bro. I'm telling you guys, this is important. P-buffs, as a beginner, you do not focus on P-buffs as a beginner. P-buffs come along the way, but you don't focus on them right now. Once you get a lot of characters, that's when you focus on P-buffs. Whatever level you guys are. Like I said, If you guys are a beginner, bro, do not focus on P-buffs. That is the worst mistake I've seen people make, bro. Plus, man, not to mention, bro, it's also boring playing the same position, man. You gotta have some diversity, man. You gotta upgrade a big man, you gotta upgrade a score, and you gotta upgrade a point guard. Pets, I wouldn't worry about pets. In fact, I would rather sell them and get some C coins off of it. Episodes, I probably wouldn't worry about episodes either. Episodes kind of suck, man, not gonna lie. They don't really give you much. I mean, sure, they give you a couple P coins and all that, but like I said, those are like P-buffs, man. They come along the way, man. You don't focus too much on them, man. Overall, guys, this isn't the end of the video, but like I said, have a good point guard, have a good score, have a good big man. Try to upgrade your score first, then your big man, and then your point guard. That's literally it. That's all you guys gotta do. Oh yeah, and another mistake, some of y'all be spending your P coins, man. Don't be doing that. Don't make that mistake. Don't spend your P coins on outfits. Spend your P coins and invest, bro. I'm telling you. Get them C coins, man. Them C coins go a long way. They get you everything in this game. They get you ability cards. They give you drinks. They get you a lot of stuff, man. I'm telling you. And then... Now, I'm actually going to give you guys some gameplay tip, you know. When you first play this game, if you're the trashiest one on the team, bro, you play as a point guard. This is how to figure out your lineup. But yes, if you're trash on the team, you play as a point guard. This is because you don't have to do much. All you have to do is just play defense. Defense is super easy in this game, bro. All you gotta do is just stay in front of your mans, bro. You know, you don't have to do all that weird shit, bro. Because that's how they cross you up and they get them easy buckets, bro. So I'm telling you guys, just stay in front of your mans. Try not to jump so much. Try not to swipe so much. Try to just stay in front of your guy, man. You know, when your guy. Because trust me, guys, it goes a long way, man. Don't be swiping or don't be trying to jump, man. If you guys are new to defense, bro, I'm telling you. When you guys play as your big man, you know, you're the mid guy, man. You're somewhat decent, bro. You're not the best one on the team, but you're not the worst one on the team, man. You catch the boards, man. When you're in the paint, you throw it up, man. And you catch the boards, man. Especially if your score be missing, bro. You gotta catch them boards. I'm telling you, this is super important, man. Catching rebounds is the most important thing as a big man. And then last but not least, the toughest position, the score. All you gotta do, bro, just score the ball, man. Make smart shots, you know. This is the toughest position by far because you have to have the best offense. You know, this is the position that requires you to watch your characters, man. This is by far the position where you have to take it seriously, man, because this position right here is a very tough position to play, man. Because you have to score the ball, man. You have to, man. It's not like point guard where you just play defense. You don't need to use the most craziest ability cards and skills, man. You actually have to score the ball. So you're pretty much gonna be the reason why your team wins or loses, man. I'm telling you. So whenever your team loses, it's because of the score, man. Whenever your team wins, it's mostly because of the score. It's not always going to be because of the score. Like, let's say, for example, you know, you're scoring, you're giving it your all when you're scoring, but your teammates aren't playing defense, then you still lose because, you know, even though you're throwing up shots, your point guard isn't defending, or your big man isn't catching any boards, and that's pretty much what it is, bro. You know? Hold on, I'm going to cook Jefferson, man. That would have been, God, that would have got blocked right there, but... Yeah, as I was saying, guys, please, bro. You know, react accordingly, man. You know, if you notice your teammates are struggling on the offensive end, you play as Joey, man. Or whatever score you guys have. You know? But if you notice you struggling, that's when you gotta play as a point guard, bro. Like, if you're struggling to catch some boards, or you're struggling to... then you go downgrade in your position, man. So, like, let's say, for example, if I'm playing as a scorer, I'm not making my shots. but I noticed I'm not trash. Then I play as a big man. That's literally it, man. Now, this is for defense, but as a scorer, you guard the point guard. This is so you even it out. You know, the reason why the scorer guards the point guard is because point guards are usually going to have bad offense, but then scorers are usually going to have bad defense. So you're kind of even out. As a point guard, you want to be guarding the opposing team score, man. This is because you're going to have the best defense and they're going to have the best offense. So you're kind of evening it out, man. You're stopping the score from getting buckets. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. Now, how do you do this? Just call switch, man. Just call switch. If you call switch, then maybe feel free to switch. The only position that doesn't require switching is big man. Sure, you might have mismatches and all that, but you're not always going to be switching, bro. Because big man is a position where you're not going to be fast enough to even keep up with the little guys. So, like I said, let the point guards and let the scorers do the switching, man, for defense. But yeah, anyways, man, this is it for today's video, you know. This is my first 3on3 video, man. You know, even though I'm a level 11, man, I've been playing this game for a while, actually, and man, I just want to be a content creator, man. I'm telling you, man. It's always been a dream to be a content creator in this game, man. But anyways, peace out, man. You know, hopefully you guys have a good one, man. See ya, man.